You're watching Burning Hot Topics. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. All right, so let's talk about this. When the subject of reparations deeply takes root in the political discourse, you have all these clowns that just come out of nowhere and want to offer their 2 cents on this subject. Case in point, recently on Real Time with Bill Maher that airs on HBO, he, along with a few other individuals, decided to tackle this subject. And I personally do not care what people who do not look like me think when it comes to the subject of reparations. You guys have accrued and kept your generational wealth. You have benefited off the work that the foundation of Black Americans have put in. And as a result of that, you guys will continue to eat good in the neighborhood. Now, what are you guys so afraid of when it comes to us getting what we're owed? Now, in case you may not realize what I'm talking about, this is in reference to a plan out in San Francisco, California, that will pay each foundational Black American $5 million each in reparations plus other subsidiaries. Now, the final vote will take place in July, but when it comes to the subject of reparations, this train is never late. There are always these clowns that'll come out and offer their 2 cents like we asked them. Now, I'm gonna get into this article and then we're gonna play a clip from this so-called subject, right? Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't care what Bill Maher has to say. Bill Maher can go fly a kite for all I care. Andrew Yang and Alyssa Slotkin, they can go fly a kite too. I don't care what they have to say when it comes to the subject of reparations. They can sit up there and say that this is a crazy plan and 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 this is something that is divisive and all that nonsense. I don't care what they got to say. They are going to pay. One way or another, we're going to get our check. Now, let's talk about this article coming from the New York Post when it comes to Bill Maher and reparations. Because let him tell it, it is crazy. Now, this was a panel discussion with former presidential candidate Andrew Yang and Representative Alyssa Slotkin, a Democrat out of Michigan. Maher asked if the reparations proposal is going too far, saying it is quite a bit to give each Black resident $5 million. And then you had Andrew Yang chime in saying that even he didn't go that far. When it comes to his universal basic income policy, he ran on in 2020. So Maher goes on to say that, I mean, it seems like, when people ask why you're talking against this woke craziness, because it's crazy. Isn't that crazy? And by the way, San Francisco doesn't have a history of slavery or anything like that, It would cost each citizen left $600,000 each. This is madness, is it not? And see, there's always that talking point about, oh, well, I didn't grow up during slavery, or why do I have to pay because none of my descendants and uh, grew up as slaves, and I didn't own any slaves neither. So why do I gotta pay? And you, all these excuses of why they don't feel that we should get what we owe, but they continue to benefit off of Black folks, right? Now, Bill Maher will have sex with Black women, but when it comes to Black folks getting tangibles, he's all against that. but he's all for having sex with black women. And that the cupboards are bare, and we got so much in the deficit. It seems like every time we bring up reparations, they always want to talk about the deficit and how about the cupboards are bare and how we don't got this, that, and the thing left or whatever. But magically, when other issues come up, they happen to find the money. So I'm not going to let none of you clowns get away with that talking point as of, oh, well, we really don't have any money. It just isn't feasible. But yet, when it comes to other issues like the Ukraine and and the German Holocaust and all this other stuff, magically you seem to find the money. So Bill Maher can call it crazy all he want to. The fact of the matter is, we're going to get what we owe, whether he likes it or not. Because if you're going to benefit from the fruits of our labor, then you're going to pay the debts of that same labor. Period. There's nothing to discuss when it comes to people like Bill Maher. When it comes to a person like Maher, Bill Maher is irrelevant to the subject. But see, he has the platform the way he can come on TV and spout his nonsensical gibberish when it comes to the subject of reparations. My question is this: what are you guys so afraid of? Y'all talk about black folks segregating themselves and all that, but the last time I checked, a lot of you guys segregate yourselves. Like Scott Adams. You guys live in predominantly white neighborhoods. We don't come bother you in your neighborhoods. But all of a sudden, when black folks decide to get on code and black folks decide that, you know what, let's get a time for ourselves and let's, get away from these white folks in our head. You guys always find yourselves in our neighborhoods torching our buildings and getting involved in other white supremacist ideologies and tactics that will keep you relevant within the black discourse. Because let's face it, without the black community, right, a lot of you guys will be irrelevant. And the only way you keep your relevancy is to spout your anti-black racism with your dog whistles or just come right up the rear with it. Woke, right? You guys, you white supremacists out there, just stay bastardizing our terms when it comes to wokeness or when it comes to the Colin Kaepernick situation, right? You bastardize his term, right? Let's play this clip. Okay, so this clip was played under the fair use policy. I don't own any of the content that is associated with that video clip. But you just saw a clip of Real Time with Bill Maher where he had Charlamagne the Guard and some other dude. I don't even know who that dude is, right? But my thing is this: reparations is cash payments only, right? So people like Bill Maher, he can kick rocks for all I care. What's up, Old Head Podcast? Salute. Go subscribe to my man, the Old Head Podcast. My man T Price is up in the building, right? As much as I don't like Charlatan the fraud, he did say something that I agree with, right? Cash is king. Cash is king when it comes to reparations because that's the only thing we want. We don't want no educational opportunities or housing vouchers. Why? So go right back to them white banks? We want cash. Because that's the only thing we want. That's the only thing worth having. Not no gold bullion, not no silver bullion, not no chicken bullion, not education. Hell, with the money I get, I can give my own tutor and get quality education. You talk about housing vouchers. Hell, with the cash I get, I can buy whatever house I want. Hell, I can live right next to your trifling ass if I wanted to, with the cash I get from reparations. It ain't land. Look, once again, reparations is cash payments only. You hear me, you white supremacists? It's cash. That's it. Nothing else. Anything outside of that is not reparations. And see, you white supremacists always trying to redefine the terms and conditions of said words. You're trying to redefine reparations. You're trying to redefine woke, right? Woke is basically being aware of the injustices and also being aware of the systemic racism that goes on. That's what woke means. That's the actual term of what woke means. Not this bastardized term that clown Bethany Mandel was spouting out on goddamn on Rising the other day. Or Christopher Rufo running his mouth when he don't know what the hell he talking about when it comes to critical race theory and woke. You guys bastardize it into your own racist dog whistle. And you got nerve to sit up here and talk about how this reparations plan is crazy. No, you're crazy. You're crazy to think we're going to stop talking about it. You're crazy if you think that this reparations thing is going to die. You're crazy. Talking about the reparations plan is crazy. That people getting $5 million is crazy. Black folks actually having money that could be life-changing for the better, but let Bill Maher tell it, it's crazy to him. No, motherfucker, you're crazy if you think we're going to stop talking about it. You're crazy if you think that we're not going to hitch these politicians' wagons to reparations. That's right. Because when these politicians come up for re-election and they come up around our time for town hall meetings and all that, we're going to ask them, right? Hey, do you support reparations? Would you have a bill in place that would allow us to have cash in hand? Period. There's nothing else to discuss. Reparations in the black community is the ultimate litmus test. Look, if you're a single guy and you're looking to talk to a female, right? One of the first questions you should ask her, hey, do you support reparations? And if any answer come out other than yes, then you need to leave her high and dry right there. If you're supposed to be part of a brotherhood and you're looking for people to associate with, one of the questions you should ask, hey, do you support reparations? And any answer come out other than yes, you need to look at them with the side eye. It's not a handout. It's not all this other stuff that people out here throwing out here in the discourse. It is cash payments only. It is a debt that we are owed, and we intend on collecting that debt. Period. So people like Bill Maher and Andrew Yang and other clowns like Paul Begala and all these other idiots out here that running their mouth when it comes to black folks getting reparations and all that, right? The people on the left or on the right, the Larry Elders of the world, right? All these people out here that's sitting up here talking nonsense about black folks not getting reparations. I just got 2 words for you. Fuck off. Fuck off. Now, if you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. This is Burning Hot Topics. Peace.